can see me now. Wear my cool shirt. It says scientific evidence proves the universe does revolve around me. Just some people get in here. Probably everybody's at work. I'm at work right now, believe it or not. Anyhow, so what I'm gonna do, even if this is live streaming, you have to go back and watch it and everything, that's fine. So what happened is that, let me go big picture real quick for everyone. I had worked at a music store for 13 years. I'm not going to say what the music store is, but I worked there 13 years as an independent contractor. All right. And so on the side of my nose. As an independent contractor, and giving music lessons, guitar, and other lessons. I teach more than just the guitar, but that is my main instrument of teaching. And I had been there for 13 years, and then it became under new ownership. And when it became under new ownership, about almost a year in, they changed all the rules how the independent contractors get paid. And as a teacher or independent contractor teacher, music teacher, you pay the house or where you're teaching at so much a percentage of your say the guitar lesson is $50, just use like that, and the house gets 10 of that, and you keep 40. That's usually something like that how it works. And they were going to change all that and go into an hourly basis where I would have lost money, and I would have had to have like 100 students to make what I used to make and everything. And I was like, nah. So I took my clientele with me, and I just started to go to their houses where I could until I found this other place. I really didn't want to work for anybody. I didn't want to be employed like that. I wanted to just be employed by myself. I think that's the best form of, unless it's really, really something so tempting and all the benefits and all that. I get all that. And you have joy and you have peace in the job that you have, or the career that you have, and you should have that. So I found this place. I'm not going to mention names again. That's not fair, and it's very self-centered to badmouth people like that, and I'm not going to do that. I worked there for about a year. I didn't want to work there. I wanted to keep independent contracting. Basically, I just wanted to rent a room from them, but they wanted an employee, and I was kind of talked into, well, go ahead and give it a shot, give it 3 months, give it 6 months, give it a year. Well, about the fourth or fifth month into it, something happened that really just sent me sideways, and it was kind of devastating. But I didn't say anything. I kept it to myself, and I never experienced it before. So I just said, what am I going to do? Because all the joy I have teaching students, that's my joy like that. But the place where I'm going to teach them at, I am not happy with it whatsoever. Not that I don't dislike the people at any of these places and everything. They're acting accordingly what they feel that it's in their best interests. But I don't think that they're acting and sometimes in the people that are working for them in their best interests. And it can happen like that. It depends on how you do it. But I knew from that point that it was going to be very, very difficult for me to work there. And I said, I have to come up with a plan. I have to do something. And so, because I love teaching kids. I love teaching. I like mentoring the children or adults, even, in whether they're super young or old, or I don't care, seniors or whatever, however the wording is these days and everything. I don't mean to be offensive to anyone, whether they're little ones, middle-aged ones, or silver singles, silver. So did I just say silver singles? I see that ad up there, silver hairs, or whatever you want to call it, like that. I'm trying to be, I don't know. Anyhow, so people who are past middle age, how about that? And but I even mentoring them, with music and the love of music and sharing, my life experiences with music, and so yeah, when you have that and you want to keep giving that to people, you want to keep giving that love to people, you want to keep giving those lessons to people, and in that way, in that joyous way, and that's being hampered, the joy has been sucked out of it, then it's very difficult. It makes it harder to teach. You get more exhausted faster, because the joy has been taken out of it. And so I just had to make a decision, what am I going to do? And I said, I'm going to open my own studio. And seemingly it's in rural America. It's in the middle of nowhere, but I know it will be prosperous. I do have faith that it'll be prosperous. And it's already started to be so, and it's going to continue to be so. But it is my studio. It is, backed, and it's pretty much back to the same rules as it was before at the first place where I worked. Basically, that's how it works. I like that kind of system, except I get to keep all the money, except all the overhead I have to pay for bills and so forth, like we all do. But other than that, taxes and all that other stuff, we get that. But other than that, I'm my own boss again, and I prefer it that way. I love to be able to communicate with a student one-on-one without a go-between. I like to communicate between me and the parent without a go-between. So now you're here inside my new studio, and this is where I'm going to start doing. I'm going to continue teaching clips and so forth, and hopefully you guys will keep sharing them. But here, let me just take this step like here, just kind of show you around a little bit, if I can. All right, there's our little drum section. Right here is where I teach guitar. Boom. All right, teach guitar right there. I got to get used to this. So got a printer here. Here's my little setup right here. Got that right there. All the little books and stuff. Over there's the drum section right here. Right now, people like, is that a little kid's, drum set and everything? It's like, nope, it is not. That is an adult drum set, believe it or not. I forget the player's name right now. He's on the wall right there. It's folded over. I just can't reach the camera over there. I don't know who he is. All right. But right there is, that's my drummer of my band. That's his big set right there. He has it covered up, meaning no touchy. Right here, where you see the with the vocals right there, the microphone. That's where I teach some vocals, PA system, obviously. Got a couch for parents to sit, or those chairs over there. Those chairs over there. And to the side right there, you see the coffee, with free coffee. Over there's the piano section. So from where I'm sitting right here, this is the string section, basically. Drum section, right? Vocal section, and then piano section. Let me get down here. Piano section over there, full 88 keys. and it's soundproofed very well, as far as I can tell. But yeah, and air conditioner, AC, and then it doesn't take much actually. There's a heater right there for the winter, and I put it on an hour before I came out here, and it was nice and warm in here. For the one pair coming in here, so ooh, it's kind of warm in here, and so I knew it's working. So you have to have a vision, right? And I had to have a vision of this happening for me, and for this to work. And I'm very, very happy for it. Um, and again, I'm going to say this: I have no ill will against anyone that I've worked for or I worked with. I love everyone. Um, it's just sometimes you just have the old saying, you have to do what's best for you. Well, I was doing what was best in my best interest as far as like teaching and having joy doing that. And being my own boss. I really enjoy doing that because it's just so much easier. It's just so much easier when you work for you. And your everything is on the line for you. All right. All failures and accomplishments are your responsibility. So I prefer it that way. And it brings me the most joy, as I said before. But with that, I am going to start redoing every Fridays. I'm going to be doing the lessons. I'm going to be doing lessons again as far as on here, so get back into scales, get back into licks, back to whatever you guys would like me to do. Try to recommend things. I really don't like getting into much like playing songs. Everyone does that. I'd rather like hey, is there a lick, a country lick or something like that? Do a country lick this week. Do a blues lick. Do a jazz lick. Do something like that. Or can you tell us about this scale, this mode, or something like that? How would it work with a song? And I can do things like that. We can mix it up and have fun with it like that. And I kind of want it to be a viewer influenced, where you guys pretty much are like, you can determine or have good ideas, which will determine what the lesson's going to be. And I like that. Present challenges and everything, but just not, I guess some songs sometimes, but just saying everyone's covered that in other channels. And, Riffin-Lick clips, we don't want to do that. We want to, present, something different, something that's more, where you guys kind of control the channel, where you guys can make comments, you can give suggestions and everything, and I can read through the comment section and say, hey, I'll do that, things like that. So, yep, here at New Studio this Friday, I'll be uploading a new video, and we'll keep the ball rolling. I like to teach just like this with the guitar in my hand and talking to you, taking it slow, and things of that nature. I don't like to. I don't need a big fancy setup. All right, just have to have a better studio and where I can actually open it up and play without people playing over top of me and me messing with them. Also, I didn't like that either. Oh, yeah. I think it's it's rude. It's rude to the parents. And of course, I'm going to do a little rant again. When you have several people playing, when teaching in a place, you got drums, piano, everything. All right, you better have that thing so well soundproofed that one's not leaking into the other, because what happens is that parents are going to start and people are going to start complaining that's interfering with their lesson. And that's what was happening at the last place I was at. Now, mind you, I was at the same place for 13 years. Most people can't say that. So no, I wasn't the problem. It happened basically, now I'm going my 15th year this year. And but with new ownership, it can happen that way where you are you have to move on. You have to go on. They're given ultimatums and everything, and then you try something else, and you know, you get out there and you have to try. And I would tell people, the same thing. You have to go out there and try and give it a shot. And it may be something for you, it may not be for you and everything. But you don't. When you leave, leave in peace and leave. I'll give you your 2 weeks notice. I did that. And sometimes that may not matter. They can, be nice to you, and you keep, you're able to retain most of your clientele if they wish to stay with you or not, or they'll cutthroat you. All right. So you have to determine what type of people in other words, they're going to cut you off from your students, and they could badmouth you from here to to the moon, but it doesn't matter. But you give it a shot. In music, you have to step out all the time. No risk it, no biscuit. You have to be willing to risk. All right. You could call it faith if you want to, but personally, I like calling it faith moves. Faith moves, baby. All right. Or no risk it, no biscuit. But one way you have to get out there and do, if you want to make it in the music business, and I've done well by teaching, by playing, and doing, out in the music industry, like I have, not industry, the music business industry is different, but the music, I have done pretty good. All right. And I'm very blessed and very thankful for that. And you can too. You just got to stick with it. You can't give up, but you can't. I wouldn't be the type of person to cut someone's throat, or be a cutthroat person to do it, because you won't have a business very long. You'll get a bad reputation, and nobody's going to want to work with you, or go to your business or whatever you're doing. They're not going to want to be with that. So that would be my advice for that, is to be humble. You don't let the people run you over. All right. But you're not cutthroat either. There's a fine line, and you can walk it, but you got to get out there and you have to risk. So, but yeah, so I like, this is my first, I've taken my own business that I had for 13 years, and now I've consolidated it and opened my own music studio. So it's very exciting, and it makes me very happy, or adds to my happiness, I should say. And I'm very thankful. So this Friday, new video will be coming up, and I think I don't know what I'll be teaching on. Hold on here for a second. Let me look here. Let's see what I had on the schedule here. Let me see what I had on the schedule. Oh, we're going to be doing probably the Locrian mode. Yeah, the Locrian mode. I think we did, yeah, we haven't done the Locrian. So yeah. Some legends use that Locrian mode right there. But I had to look at my planner here. Locrian mode. So we're going to do the Locrian mode this Friday. So I'll see everybody Friday. Please like, subscribe, share this channel. And we're just growing. And we're going to keep growing little by little, until next thing you know, I have 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 views. And then it helps this studio and everything else keep running. Okay. All right. Have a great day, and keep rocking.